I can't believe I'm about to do this. Alright, you read your cat girl transvians, this one's for you. Skirt goes skinny. Okay, it's a pretty skirt though. Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to find your style and just experiences choosing and wearing clothing as a trans person, specifically a trans femme, trans woman, because I feel like this topic in particular is pretty dichotomous between like trans femme and trans masc experiences, and obviously I'm trans femme, so I'll just be speaking to that experience. But yeah, going to be talking about how to find your style and shopping for clothes and deciding on clothes and like the whole culture around like women's clothing and feminine clothing and how to interact with it as a trans femme person or as a trans woman. So I'll start by describing what my experience with clothes was like before I transitioned, which was not very positive. I hated shopping, first of all, before I transitioned, like especially as a teenage boy, and I hated, not necessarily hated, but I just didn't pay any attention to clothes or to my like general style or appearance. My dysphoria manifested pretty heavily just by dissociating from my body and my appearance and totally ignoring what I look like, just out of sight, out of mind, you know? So I coped by ignoring fashion and hating clothes shopping and not giving any thought whatsoever to what I wore or what I looked like, which basically resulted in me dressing like an 11-year-old boy from the age of 11 to 21 when I started transitioning. So fortunately we dealt with that little issue by transitioning. But yeah, I hated shopping, and my family like picked up on that. They were like, why? You're like a teenager, like why aren't you into like the, you know, whatever like trends or whatever, like want to get like some cool sneakers or like cool branded clothes or whatever. And they were always like, oh, give it a few years, you'll be into that. Never came around. I always hated shopping for boys' clothes. It did come around eventually when I transitioned, and now I love clothes shopping. But yeah, my family's predictions never came true on that one because boys' clothes were just never going to do it for me. So then when I did start transitioning, I realized that I actually like clothes a lot, and I like style and just like experimenting with my presentation. I think that it's so much fun and a great side benefit to transitioning, I must say. So in my early transition, I would do some simple stuff to like experiment with my appearance and my general style. For like the past couple years before I started transitioning, I've had long hair for a long time, but I would wear it like tied up on the back of my head into like a tight little bun like that, and just never take care of it and just leave it tied up all the time. There's probably so many people that knew me back then that didn't even have any idea what my hair looked like because it was just tied up so tight all the time. But then when I started transitioning and like experimenting with my gender, before I like really was out full time, I started to like actually learn how to take care of my hair and like wear it down most of the time. And I also experimented with like some shorter cut shorts. Not so short that it would be really taboo or surprising for a man to wear them, but definitely shorter than like the knee-length shorts that I had been wearing before, and definitely a little bit shorter than like the average shorts for a boy. And in private, obviously, I was being a little bit more experimental. I had my friend put some makeup on me, and I was trying on some feminine clothes. And so that actually gets into the first experience that I had shopping, which is the first time I went shopping for women's clothes, and the first time that I like really enjoyed shopping because of it. I went with my friend Missy to a thrift store called Out of the Closet. It's an explicitly queer thrift store. That did not help me from feeling shame and general discomfort and embarrassment, which is something that I think that a lot of you can probably relate to. It is pretty embarrassing and uncomfortable the first time you go in to buy women's clothing. So my big advice for you is to have somebody go with you, particularly like a girlfriend that you trust. It was so nice to have my friend Missy there because she was like teaching me about like the different kinds of clothes, because men's style is just so limiting. I mean, I would like experiment with like flashy, like neon 80s stuff or whatever, and that might have been considered a little bit feminine for a man, but that was the only thing that I like really had any fun with before I transitioned. And so I didn't know anything about clothes. I didn't, and men's clothes, like they're kind of very homogenous anyway, and women's clothes have so much more variety and like different styles and like types of, like, I used to think of all shirts as just shirts, but now it's like there's tops, which are like, they could be blouses, they could be crop tops, they could be so many different things, and there's just such a wide variety with women's clothes. So basically, I had a lot to learn, and I'm very happy that I had my friend Missy there to teach me and to like reaffirm to me, like, no, this is cool, like this will look cute on you, or oh, try that one out, or do you know what this is? Like just teaching me and like affirming to me, and honestly, we just had a lot of fun hanging out. And that's something that I've realized is a really positive, like, female bonding experience between female friends, is like bonding over shopping and style and clothes and affirming one another, like, oh, you would look so good in this, or oh, that's such a cute outfit, or whatever. That is so much fun to be able to have that kind of like positive, affirming experience with your friends. I never got that as a man. So yeah, that was a really good first experience with Missy shopping for female clothes, and then we went back to her place and tried on a bunch of them and took some pictures, and that's when I would like experiment with it like in private. Before I went out full time, I would just like use those clothes that Missy and I bought together to dress femme in my own house and just experiment with my own style and gender in private, and then I started actually full-time transitioning. And that just continued to be the trend of like having fun shopping and like actually caring about like style and having like a cool appearance or like presenting yourself the way that you want to be seen. So much fun. It's such a great benefit to transitioning. And especially the bonding thing too with like my female friends. I love to go shopping with my girlfriends now. Like it's just so much fun to go to a thrift store and like choose out outfits for one another, or I don't know, just look at how cute this is, or oh, look at that. It's hard to explain, but girls out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of fun. Okay, excuse me. What else have I got written down here? So recently, now that I've like kind of completed my social transition, I'd say, not that my transition is complete overall, but I feel like I've really come into my own living socially as a woman and like presenting as a woman. And I really enjoy now experimenting with my clothes and my style, and I recently have been like trying out different styles, like some like cute outfits, or like more femme outfits, or more like gay or androgynous outfits, and even like some like maybe like sexy or revealing outfits. That has been a lot of fun, especially lately. I've been going to like a lot of parties this summer, and I swear every time I go to another party, I end up wearing more and more revealing outfit each time I go, and it has been a lot of fun because let me tell you, the kind of clothes that I've been wearing recently, oh, I would have fainted if I went out into public wearing those, even last summer. Like last summer, I would wear a t-shirt with the long sleeve button-up blouse over top of it, and then shorts that were just a little bit shorter than the shorts I normally wear. So now I will go to these parties wearing something like a really tight crop top shirt, or like maybe just a bralette with like some accessories, or like I don't know, some layer over top of it, and really like short shorts that like kind of show off my butt a little bit. That is just, it's a lot of fun to like have that level of confidence in my body and to like feel attractive. It is kind of scary, but it's exciting at the same time. So I've been having a lot of fun with that, and obviously that's something, I mean, I could have done it as a cis man, or, I mean, I was never cis, but I could have done it as a boy, but that would have been like, that's just not within like the acceptable social purview, you know, so I would have been bending the rules a lot more. Now it's like accepted for me to, you know, I'm like a young 22-year-old college student. I can wear like a sexy outfit to a party, like nobody's gonna think twice about that, and that's fun to have that level of freedom. Yeah. So I think that about covers it. I guess I've talked more about my experiences in this video than general advice. So I'll just quickly say that in terms of advice, like I said, go shopping with a female friend that you trust if you're trans femme. that makes a world of difference to have somebody there to affirm you and to like help you and teach you and stuff. My friend Missy also did my makeup for the first time, so maybe you can have your friends help you with that. Experiment in private, and then you can like also start to like slowly transition your style. Like I said, I wore like slightly shorter shorts, and I experimented with my hairstyle a little bit more. And then once you really are into your full-time transition, don't be afraid to continue to experiment with style. You know, I hear all the time online, there's like kind of like a joke or like stereotype about early transition trans girls who like don't find their style super early that they will like stay with for a long time, and it's like there's just certain outfits that are like very like I've been transitioning for like 2 months or whatever. And you know, there's nothing wrong with like fitting that stereotype. Dress however you want to dress and experiment and stuff. But I do think that it's really good to have other people around you that you can talk about style with and like affirm your style and give you the space and the permission to experiment, when sometimes you can be a little bit harsh on yourself and not give yourself that permission. That's something that I know that I struggled with. There's things that I feel like sometimes I would feel like too ashamed or embarrassed to wear them, even though I'm already transitioned and I'm like a girl, so like it should be normal for me to wear this like women's clothing, and I just felt embarrassed about it somehow still. But then my friends would be like, oh, this would look so good on you, and you're like, oh yeah, you're right, I can totally wear that, I should try it out. So I guess my biggest piece of advice is to have friends that will like affirm you and like be there to experiment with you. Also, maybe give you some clothes or let you borrow some. Missy, my friend that I keep talking about, gave me so many clothes. This adorable skirt she gave me, and then my friend Maddie just gave me this top that matches it so well a few days ago. So yeah, trust in your friends and don't be afraid to experiment. Those are my two biggest pieces of advice. Alright, I think that about does it for today's video. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have a feeling this one might attract some like chaser men that just like, I don't know. I don't like the chaser men. So if you're a trans girl and this video helped you, please leave a comment telling me so. I appreciate those so much. Alright everybody, thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.